Okay, this is basically a diagram. The heavy arrows in this figure indicate the movement of calcium, back and forth with regard to bone, the kidney, and the intestine. You absorb calcium from your intestine, and the thin arrows here are stimulatory signals, and the dotted lines are inhibitory signals. So one thing that you see pointing down here at the intestine is this thing called 1,25-dihydroxyvitamin D. It's a hormone made from the sunshine vitamin, vitamin D. The other key hormone that relates to calcium metabolism is parathyroid hormone. Think of it almost like an insulin-type molecule. It's a peptide. It has a relatively short half-life. Parathyroid hormone tells the kidney to make that active 125D hormone. And parathyroid hormone also tells your bone cells to dissolve themselves, to release the calcium. Every month, did you know that you dissolve away 1% of your skeleton, and every month you put back about 0.9% of your skeleton? So there's a kind of a dynamic going on. You need vitamin D in order to produce the hormone that helps you absorb calcium from your intestine. You do not want to absorb all your calcium. Your dietary recommendation for calcium is about 1,000 milligrams a day. How much do you want? 200 milligrams, and it's an adjusted process. You don't want to absorb 500 milligrams of calcium because it'll give you kidney stones. This graph shows you urine calcium concentration on the y-axis and a survey of adults with different 25-hydroxyvitamin D levels. And the thing I want to point out for you is when you've got low vitamin D, more vitamin D helps you absorb calcium better and put it into your urine. Your body's in a calcium equilibrium. What you eat and absorb goes out into your urine or stool. There's a middle range where you take more vitamin D and it doesn't do anything. Like you've got just the right amount of what you need. And of course, if you become toxic, you'll get too much calcium absorption, maybe potentially hypercalcemia. So there are three phases. The hypercalciuria diagnosis level is indicated by the line I just dropped there. Here's a different kind of graph. Initially, more vitamin D, more serum, 25-hydroxy-D, the measure of vitamin D nutrition. Initially, more of it raises your absorption fraction of calcium, and eventually the amount of calcium you absorb is steady, even though you may be getting more vitamin D. It's stable, the way it's supposed to be in a regulated system. But we don't know what happens when you get too much, because eventually too much is too much.